It's like a bad dream, Larry, but it's not a bad dream. It is real, and the problem will not fix itself.
And it's just from your credit report?
Yes, sir. That is just the tip of the iceberg, Larry. It can cost you a loan, a home, a cell phone, a reasonable interest rate, a credit card, even a job.
It's hard to believe one piece of paper can have that devastating effect.
That's a very good point. 1 out of every 3 Americans, Larry, if not you, the person living next door.
Let's break away for a moment and hear from some people just like you and how they're dealing with their credit in crisis.
I had a really successful business, and it was driven by credit. And I was doing great volume one day, and I was out of business the next. I lost my farm, I lost my house, it caused a heart attack, I went through a divorce, and I tried to pick up the pieces.
For me to have to say, I cannot get you something for Christmas, that was like the worst.
You can't imagine when you're trying to get something and everybody tells you no, and you know you're worthy, but because of what's happened in the past, it kind of tears you down.
Seeing my little girl and not being able to buy her a house or a place where she can play. And the credit bureaus don't care. They don't care, and the collection agencies, they don't care. They just want the money. And that's what's hard about it is I don't have the money. I make a ton of money. I'm an engineer, and I can't even buy a house with all the money I make, and it's hard.
Wow, so much suffering.
Well, look, you feel helpless, and why shouldn't you, Larry? The credit bureaus keep a file on all of us, and there's absolutely nothing we can do to stop them. These credit files go wherever we go. They follow us around, no matter what we do, and they store negative information on us for up to 10 years.
That long? That's a good chunk of your life.
A very good chunk, yes. And with lenders, you cannot dictate which of the 3 credit reports they're going to pull when you apply for something. It is entirely up to them. You have no control how they use your credit reports or how they use your credit scores. And by the way, you have no right to a good credit report or a good credit score. And unfortunately for many of us, the deck is stacked against us because of errors on our credit reports that are simply not our fault.
Now, you were actually employed by both FICO and Equifax.
Yes, sir, that is correct.
So you have a real insider's view that few others have. As a top authority in the field, can you explain what credit scores actually mean?
Gladly. That's actually a great question. There are 2 main credit score brands. One is the FICO score, and one is the VantageScore. And generally, these 2 scores are going to score your credit between 300 and up to 850. And the higher your number, the less risk to credit card companies, landlords, utilities, anyone else you're doing business with. Consumers with excellent credit scores, usually around 760 or higher, are given the lowest interest rates, the highest credit limits, the lowest premiums on insurance policies. But if your score is lower, as everyone out there watching probably knows, it can quickly turn into a financial nightmare, not just for you, but also for your family.